Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is One Shot here. I am continuing my new series called Weapon Analysis, and each video I will be choosing a weapon and giving you the breakdown analysis and how it would be best utilized in combat. So, let's start this video off with the Famas. Um, The reason why, if you've seen in my last video, I don't have many attachments, cause I've been knifing lately. That's what I do to rank up till I get to 40 and unlock my favorite gun, the M16. But we'll wait till that. We'll wait to get to that later when I unlock it. So let's focus this week on the Famas, shall we? So this is a pretty good gun. But it depends what attachment you use with it. Basically, if you are using any of the iron sights like the M4, you could get away with hardline, but you can use stopping power, so it's sort of a toss up between stopping power and hardline. Um, or any other perk you guys want. I'm just letting you know if you guys need stopping power or not, because the Famas is a one burst kill. And if you look at the stats compared to the M16 stats are better, but the Famas has better accuracy and fire rate, meaning that the bullets travel closer together, so the bullets are likely to hit the target. Most of the bullets are likely to hit the target. However, on the M16, the bullets are more spread apart, so when you shoot, it's not as likely to get all three bullets into them. I hope that made sense. But anyways, let's stick with the Famas here. Uh, a lot of people say the Famas is better than the M16 just because they're only basing it off of damage and accuracy and the stats, pretty much. But you also got to take into the account of the entire weapon. The iron sight compared to the M16 is not as great from my personal experience. This is what I think. It might be different for you guys, but I definitely prefer the M16. Just because the Famas, the iron sight is just not that great, and I've been using the Famas lately when I wasn't knifing, and wow, I get killed a lot. I mean, I don't know if it's just me or if I'm in a slum right now. Hopefully, I'll get out of it because nobody likes being in a slum. But my aiming has been awful. Maybe it's just been because I haven't played for a while, so I'm a little rusty. Um, the last time I played legitimately was the last holiday, and it wasn't for that long. So you know, the Famas is is not a gun you should go to when you first start out, unless you know what you're doing. Like if you use the M16 in COD 4, then you should have no problem going with the Famas. But for me, I personally like the M16 better, just because I can use the silencer without having to worry about the iron sight. With this gun, since you guys, if you guys are a true one-shot reviewer, then you know that I am only silenced guy, so I use nothing but silenced guns, and yeah, that's how I roll. So anything without or anything with the iron sight, like grenade launchers, silencers, shotgun, heartbeat sensor, extended mags. It's a toss-up between stopping power or any other perk you want. Or let's just stick with hardline for now, just to make it easier on my life. So, however, when you have the red dot and the holographic, which most of you use for this Famas, then you can go ahead and use whatever other these perks you want to use. Stopping power, pretty much all it does is make the Famas. I don't know. I don't even know if it makes a difference to it. I've tested it out, and I don't really see a difference with stopping power, except it just It just allows you to make the kill easier with the iron sight. Now, I'll explain the difference between that and the M16 when we get to that. But right now, let's focus on the Famas. Uh, let's see. So, with the red dot sight and the holographic sight, you can pretty much just, you don't have to use stopping power. I just think that the accuracy and the range is increased with those two sights, so you really don't need anything for that. ACOG. That's a tricky one. I'm just gonna have to say that you should compare it just like the iron sight. When they're guys from a distance, it recoils up a little bit. So if all you see is their head, you could get him, I guess. But I would just, you know, throw it as a toss-up between stopping power and hardline. Now, FMJ. Okay, if you have this in stopping power, then pretty much it's almost a one-shot burst no matter what. Like, even if the bullet hits their leg or something, then it's still going to be a one-shot burst. So, you guys can, determine that for yourself. Pretty much FMJ and stopping power is pretty awesome, I must say. But okay, so if you were to have bling, red dot holographic, or FMJ, then with stopping power, then that's pretty douchebaggery right there. But since I haven't unlocked FMJ and I only use silence guns, I'm gonna have to use stopping power, Famas, and silencer. And secondary, just like the M4, guys, you're gonna have to use a shotgun. Well, I'd recommend use a shotgun. You can use between the machine pistols, the Glock 18, even if you have it akimbo, it's just gonna recoil. So I'd recommend using shotguns or the Raffica akimbo, or even the M9 akimbo, or whatever you guys like. But I would recommend a shotgun, preferably the A12, Rangers, or M10. Equipment doesn't really matter. If you like to run around, then I don't know, use a throwing knife. Your choice. So, to recap, we've determined that the bullets are closer together, so they're more likely to hit the target when you shoot them when they're moving. So that's the difference between the M16. Let's see. You can use commando if you want, but steady aim will allow you to hit fire at close range. That saved me a few times, but not all the time. You can use commando too, just knife them if you're close. I mean, what's the point of shooting if you're that close? So it's a toss-up between commando and steady aim. Sleight of hand works well with this because the reload time does take a while, and if your precision is pretty good, and I'd like to think mine is decently accurate, then you can go ahead and use sleight of hand because you're still going to have bullets remaining if you can get the bullets into them. So we are running out of time on this video, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. Famas, overall, pretty good gun. I'd recommend it if you enjoy 3-shot burst guns, but I'd also have to go with the M16 on just preference. So that's my video, YouTube, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please rate, comment, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. Alright, thanks. See you later.